Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and my voice is super raspy because I am getting through yet another seasonal cold. Yay me. Upside is I am on the upswing once again. I've started my walks and been diligently doing my PIO workouts, so feeling much better. And Mucinex apparently is the best thing since sliced bread. Moving beyond all of that, uh, this is going to be kind of a fanciful piece. It took about 2.5 hours to complete. It's one of my coloring book designs that I kind of adapted to be a larger piece. Couple of whales kind of swimming through, I don't know, bubbles. It's basically just a design element around them that I thought was pretty and was very therapeutic to draw. So went ahead and traced most of the design on and then kind of tweaked it a little bit after that. And then here we are with the final outcome of two whales kind of swimming through these elements. I get done with the inking and I love it. I think it looks so cool and very happy with it. I did skip over some of the inking because I've inked pretty much straight up and down, and you can't really see much of the progress of the inking in like the actual line work. I didn't think about that. I was listening to a show when I was doing this and trying not to cough. Speaking of, lots of water. And I time-lapse this because I am clearly not able to speak very clearly and eloquently because my voice is a little shot. But here it looks almost, so cute, right? Love the design. I love the design. A little bit of neurographic element going on. If you don't know anything about neurographic art, I encourage you to look it up. It is interesting, and I've kind of adapted that to the next couple of Watercolor Wednesday pieces you're going to see are going to incorporate these animals with graphic elements. So I really like it. Let me know what you think. I decided to go in after the fact and pop in a few larger like bubble shapes, something more reminiscent of bubbles. And I'm using my Qor Watercolors. They're a favorite. I haven't used them in a while. Wishing I had just gone in after the fact, when I get to the end and I'm really looking at the piece, I'm wishing I had just done a gradient light to dark for the background. But this is nice. I'm putting in teal and ultramarine on the top, and then the bottom I incorporate a little bit of indigo to kind of darken the bottom a bit, and then I'm taking a paper towel and just blotting out where things got a little too dark. Ignoring that tape mark along the right hand side, I taped down and then tore the tape up and retaped, so I've got a little bit of a mar there. I'm trying to disguise that later on. It doesn't really work out, but I do try. And I decided to go whimsical colors. This is a whimsical kind of piece, so I'm using the magenta. Is it magenta? Let me look at my little palette thing here. Yeah, Queen Magenta for the whales to start. And I love it. I think it looks really pretty. This is where I love it, and then I very quickly start disliking it when I start putting paint on the little rocks or bubbles or whatever you want to call them. I wasn't sure how to convey those elements and how I wanted them to feel. I try going in with a little bit of the Qor iridescent colors. Yeah, right? Let me look. Yeah, these are iridescents. I didn't really care for that. I try to. This is late at night. I'm trying to paint in the bubbles, which actually I'm pretty pleased with. They kind of look very bubbly, water on a window kind of thing. I like them, but the purples and blues around the lower whale, I stopped there. Wasn't really digging it, and I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know how to go about fixing it or adjusting it in that moment. So I do go in with some darker purple and try to see if that'll help, if that'll bring my eye, and then I go in with the magenta, more magenta, and that doesn't really please me. It's too dark. It's not. I wasn't really shooting for dark. I was shooting for more. What I shouldn't have done was put the dark indigo on the bottom of those. I should have mapped them out better, kept them paper white. I decided to try to go in with the gold and the iridescence, and I'm liking it. But I'm not sure. And then I try a little bit of the white iridescent paint, and don't really care for that. And I honestly did not know what to do from this point. I'm a little bit at a loss. I just keep plugging along though, because that's all you can do, right? And every painting gets to a point where you are like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I like this. And it's been a while since I've sat down and done an actual large painting. It's not something in a sketchbook that is not precious. Something I was shooting for a finished piece. And here I'm like, all right, I'm going in with the gold. Let's just go in with the gold. Really get it in all the areas where I want it to be. I'm liking how it feels. I'm digging the shine. Forgot about this bubble, so I go ahead and pop that in. And that one in the middle on the left, I take way too long to get to that one. As I'm editing, I'm like, do I ever get to that one? I decided to put the gold on the whales as well, kind of incorporate them, like some of the spots on them, like the elements around them come from them kind of feeling, the part of their habitat. And once again, whimsical piece, not meant to be realistic at all. Just playing and having fun with design elements and color, which is something I do quite a lot. That I've noticed I do this quite a lot, playing around with different design elements and incorporating things that don't typically go together, and just seeing how it works out. And it's a fun way to create, I think, for me. Put a little gold in some of the bubbles as well to balance out the piece. And then I'm going in with teal. This is cobalt teal. And popping that, I'm really liking how that feels. I'm like, all right, this is starting to pull together. Starting to come into itself here a little bit. And from here, I'm really starting to like the piece. I just am not quite sure what I'm going to do about the whales because they're blending into the background just way too much for me. So I just keep plugging along with the decorative elements, with the little round shapes. I go in with purple, which is dioxazine. Yes? Yeah, dioxazine. And I go in with a little bit of ultramarine and looking for a little bit of contrast within the elements. And it does help. I do dig it. I think it looks cool. Let me know what you think in the comments about this kind of piece, if you like watching me do this kind of piece. I did speed this up because, once again, it took a little over 2 hours to complete altogether. And here's where I start liking the whales. I decide to darken them with that magenta. Pardon my coughing. And I really, really like how they look after that. That's when this right here is when I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, this is coming together. I am starting to really like this now. Now, what part did I forget? Let's get in the bottom whale, and then really, I keep looking up at the camera screen because it's like stepping back from the painting to see where I need to darken things and where I can leave things a little light. It is a good idea to step away from pieces like this. If you're really not liking it, take a break, step away, come back, reassess. And like this one, I went to bed halfway through the painting. I went to bed, I got up the next day and finished the piece in the afternoon. So this is the next day in the afternoon, and I'm just kind of plugging away, listening to my book, not really thinking too hard. Drink water, going with what feels right. Now here I am taking the magenta really watered down and kind of trying to balance out the pink feeling in the piece. Yeah, I really like how it turned out now, days later. Hope you guys will forgive me for not being here last week. Last week was in bed, not really doing a whole lot all week. I went for I had my cough under control, and then I went for a 1.5 mile walk today, and that kind of made the cough a little worse, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna keep walking, see if it doesn't punch this cold right in the face, and get rid of it altogether. Now here I'm just fussing at this point and picking and trying to balance out the contrast and the colors, and really loving how this is feeling. Kind of, my daughter was like, are they in water or space or water or space? I was like, whatever you want. And then peeling off the tape, and then the rest of this is real time. I went ahead and grabbed my cutter, and we're gonna cut off the bottom and the top so that you guys can get a good feel for what the finished piece really looks like, because I did measure it to be a particular I don't know why. I measured it to be a particular size. So here I am cutting off the excess paper, and we'll do a little close-up. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below, what you think of the piece. Do you like the pink whales? I think they're cute. And there we go. Ta-da! Yeah, darkening the whales really kind of put it over the top and made it feel the way I want. Here's our close-up, all the different colors. So fun. We're going to jellyfish next, so look for that video coming up. It's on the table right now. Can't wait to start painting it. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and putting up with my cough once again. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.